So I don't feel like turning everything on. But
Ooh, wow.
Oh yeah,
the
nice.
window to the recording studio.
Sweet.
That looks dope.
So yerba.
Yep, I'm drinking a yerba.
I had a yerba I was about to crack into a couple minutes.
Dude, I love the Office background. That's sick. I like that.
Which one is that? The Enlightenment?
Yeah, I drank the peach one you gave me, and it was the fucking worst flavor I've ever had in my life.
It's so bad, dude. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
And I have like 4 more of them left to try.
You had like 10 when I was there, so you've been clocking through them.
I'm slugging them down.
I mean, they have just as much
They're
caffeine.
definitely better when they're cold, but
They have just as much caffeine as this, I believe. In fact, you know, they have like their little caffeine rating on the side, and this one's mighty. The other one is mighty as well.
yeah.
So it's at least really low
we can hear
cal.
you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can finally hear you. I had to disable my onboard sound on my laptop because I guess that's the thing. Let's see if I can get a camera to work here.
Oops.
Turn on the camera, and hopefully it doesn't break everything. Come on, camera.
On camera.
Come on, camera.
Camera.
Camera. Camera.
Camera. Camera. No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No. Well, wait. I think I can. Come on, camera.
Audio and video.
It's
Oh,
upside
you're asking
down.
for a lot here.
Yeah, you're asking for a lot here.
No direct input.
I don't know if I can pull this off.
You were on
Yeah.
camera earlier.
I was, yeah. Then everything
Let's
went to
get set
shit.
up, dude.
That's when everything.
Why is your thing even asking for NDI? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to use my cell phone camera.
Oh.
I like your setup, PG.
Come on.
Yeah, I like the fridge, PJ, over your right shoulder, unless it's mirrored. It's over
There
your
we
left.
go.
That's scary.
There we go.
There's
Welcome.
the fridge, and he's got like a pool table over
15
Yeah, that's
minutes
the bro
late.
hole.
Yeah,
You guys
Yeah,
haven't
bro
seen the
hole.
bro hole.
The bro hole.
it's the bro hole. The window you see out.
Yes, you show them the window. Show them the window real quick.
Window.
It's
where the
that way.
bros
It's
find the
that way.
holes.
From the window to the wall.
Yeah,
It's-
here. There.
Ooh,
That's
This
the
is
one.
an espresso
Wow,
martini.
That's a big room.
there's a drum set in that room.
Yeah,
That's
big
my drum
room.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your old drum kit, right?
Yeah, that's the export. Yeah.
Sexy ass room.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Yeah,
nice
it's the
room.
bro hole. We bro down in there.
That's a good room for broing down in.
We bro.
Yeah.
All right,
it says
so I had
guitar
done this
lines on that little
YouTube
sign.
thing.
YouTube thing.
Join
All right, here we
activity.
go.
Should we join?
I love activities.
Ooh, it's got like Mario power-up
Oh,
I love
sounds.
that.
Let me authorize.
It wants
All right.
all my personal info.
Yep.
Authorize.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
need
That's
we
all I
need that
to know.
for studying. All right, let me just
This
do
is
this the way I
cool.
did it before. I'm gonna do youtube.com. I'm just gonna add them all manually to the queue here.
Yeah, do it. You won't.
I figure we'll just go through them and then we can chat.
Yeah. Chat GPT.
I thought this was a very strong showing from everyone. I'm going to
Yeah,
start by
yeah.
saying that.
it was very good.
It's
I wanna
very.
I'm gonna add that to queue. It's probably gonna start playing. I have to pause it. Yeah. And you need to copy this link. I had this all set up, but then my laptop decided to be a motherfucker.
Mhm.
And then this one. Copy the link address.
Is this off your phone?
The camera is my phone. I'm on my laptop right now.
Oh, okay.
But we can expand the video to the full Discord
Yes.
window? Interesting. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah. When it says expand video, it's like the Discord window.
Now, for me, it's paused at 2 seconds. For everybody else?
Yep.
It's paused
There
at
you go.
0 seconds for me, but I have a feeling when I play it back, it's going to reset it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna just let it rip. You guys ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
And then the... Okay.
Aaron, we're getting some audio coming through this mic.
Yeah, of course. Discord
sword fighter. Good sword.
The lips. I was laughing at those the hair around the mouth.
I like this part.
Brand new.
Love the overemphasis of the lipping it.
Jesse, how uncomfortable was this from a scale from 1 to 10?
I'll give it about a 3. I was
Oh, it looks
having
okay.
Like the one thing after that.
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that. I had to fuck the video onto that.
Let's talk about after.
I got a stage crew now fixing my life.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say it looks like a horror movie.
It does.
I'm loving this song.
Yeah, that's not
All
wrong.
right, get the boom out of the sock.
I love the little subtle movements here because the video is double speed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the lip twitches.
little lip twitch. Yeah.
He's got clay under his mouth now.
Oh, it's waiting.
Fire whispered secrets. In the quiet moments when the fire whispered secrets to the starlit sky, reminding me.
Yeah, Jesse.
Oh, nice. Very necessary guitar solo. It is very necessary.
Had to happen.
Agreed.
In the quiet moments when the fire whispered secrets to the starlit sky, reminding me that sometimes the loneliest moments are the authentic ones.
Sick.
Woo! Yeah, yeah.
There was like two different versions that were slowed down, and one of them was like it slowed down all of the audio, so it sounded like really slow, and it was really difficult to lip sync to something like
I'm gonna
that.
pause this for a second.
So we had to do like Chris found a different alternative for that.
So you recorded it at double. It slowed down. Wait, what is it? What happened?
Yeah,
Chris,
so
explain.
Explain it better, probably.
yeah, so I took the audio. The song is like 4 minutes and 17 seconds or whatever, and I slowed it down to half speed, so it's like 8 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever. And then Jesse had to sing along with it in real time at half speed.
For lip sync.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
Sing
spent
at half speed. Yeah.
yeah, and so
But why?
just to make like it's a little subtle now, but like to have more of like a Peter Gabriel Sledgehammer type of vibe for the video, or like a little bit more of like an unnatural thing. It also gives me more. It gives me more time to mess up when I'm putting things onto his face because I have
Oh.
double the time, and it also just kind of like adds a little bit of, I don't know, like a little bit of odd look to it, I guess
Yeah,
you could say.
no,
Like
I
a
see
little
exactly
bit
what you're saying.
uncanny valley type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like almost stop motiony, like kind of like
Yes.
jarring. I
Right.
didn't like noticed that the first because I've watched it like 2 or 3 times at this point, but now that you mention it, I definitely noticed that. It almost feels so organic that I was just like, I didn't even think about that. But it looks awesome. It's a good call.
Yeah, and
I'm
Jesse did
outside
a good
with bugs
job.
landing on my screen.
Jesse did a good job lip syncing it at halftime without having to
Yeah,
have
I
like
couldn't even
Yeah, I
tell.
was gonna
lyrics.
say, it looked like you were singing it.
And it was all one shot, really.
That was
Yeah.
my
Like
first time
we
hearing
had
that.
one chance.
And
It was
Really?
your first time
You hadn't
hearing that at
listened
all?
to it yet?
yeah, and that was a good song. Like I'd like to listen to it just like, on its own, separate
On
from
its
this.
own?
That was like
Yeah,
my
when
style. I love it.
yeah, it was definitely. It's like when I played it for Jeremy, he was like the chorus sounds like brand new, and that's when I sang that to you,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely does, which is a
I
a
agree
good
with that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the vocal styling's pretty
And
close.
yeah, so did you is that the vocals are all Jesse just singing multiple different parts, like a really high one
Yeah.
and a normal one?
Mm-hmm.
For some
How
reason,
many-
the Google Home thought I was talking to it.
How many layers are how many tracks is it?
There are 2 the main tracks. There are 2 of the harmonies, and then towards the end, there's 2 of the screaming. So there's 2 of each layer, essentially.
So it's just double. It's 3 parts. Each one's doubled.
Yeah, and at any given time that you hear the normal main vox throughout the whole song, the lyrics, there's 4 vocal tracks there, essentially 2 of the main, and then 2 of the harmonies going
Right,
below it or
okay.
above it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
we
you-
double tracked all of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we always double up on the vocal tracks too. I think it just makes sense. I know, Carrie, you always did that when you recorded us too.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much
Did
the
you
only
sing-
thing.
This is the way.
Did you sing at all, Chris?
I
What do
did
you
not
guys
sing at
use
all.
to record?
Oh, there's like a real low part that I could have sworn was you.
Yeah, it's Jesse. What did you say, PJ? What did Jesse
What do
use
you
to
guys
record?
use? Do you use like what program?
We use Ableton. We use Ableton Live. Yeah, that's what we've been using for like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it sounded
And
really
then
good.
for the
Thank you.
microphone, I'm using the AT2020, I think. So.
Audio Technica, yeah.
That's
Do
a
you
good
guys
one.
spend
Yeah,
a
it's-
lot of time like mixing and mastering and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think mastering is where we fall short as far as getting the loudness like where we want it. That's where I always kind of stumble at the end. But yeah, I spend more time than I would be happy to admit mixing, but it's also because I have my computer, like the MacBook, right next to me, and I work from home most of the time. So just throughout the day, if I'm like listening to something, or I hear something, or I think of something to do to the song, then I go ahead and I just turn 30 or
It's
40
instantly
degrees.
available to you. Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
the same exact thing because I recorded it on my work computer, which is a MacBook, and then it's just there in a like minimized. And then if I'll like listen to it when I have a little bit of downtime, and then tweak little things. I'd say I mean, this is probably typical, but we definitely spent more time. I mean, I spent more time mixing than I did recording, like way more time. Like
Absolutely.
recording the actual instruments. Yeah, and I
That's
never
how
really
it
thought
goes.
about that, but yeah,
Yeah, that's
It
the
makes it-
unfortunate reality of making music.
yeah. Yeah,
Making
that's-
something that's going to last, you know?
Yeah, and also like when I tracked my guitar part, which is almost all rhythm except for one part for this song, this was probably the first time that I've tracked guitar in ever where I've not been stoned or drunk doing it. And so it helped me a lot to not be fucking wasted when I was doing it in any capacity, just because it felt like I was able to like when I'm stoned, I'm messing up and then I'm focusing on not messing up, and I'm also then getting like way more fixated on the small hiccups and stuff like that. And you gotta just move. Like guitar is, ask anybody here, it's way easier to track than drums. Like no contest. It's just always going to be easier because of the room sound of drums, because of how sometimes how difficult it is to stitch
Only
together
one
stuff.
input.
Yeah, it's like go ahead, make your mistakes, bro. And so yeah, so I felt like I got my guitars tracked in one night this time, where it usually takes me a few nights. And I also went into Ableton and took a more like a slightly more like cheater approach, where I just like went ahead and I was like, okay, these are the parts of the song, and I divvied them up with markers or locators on the track. And then I was like, well, that whole locator, that span of 45 seconds, that's where I need to track. Anything before or after that, I can go ahead and flub. All I need is this right thing because I'm going to comp them all together. I'm going to take the best of each
Right.
takes, and
That's
move
like
forward.
the best thing that I learned in GarageBand, which is something I learned when I did drums for that song for you guys, Chris and Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like just how it, picking the. I always knew that's what like producers did, like just recording it over and over and over and picking the best ones and stuff. But like I've never known how to do it, so learning that was like pretty, like obviously the most valuable.
Game changer.
Your drum part on that that song turned out good too.
The drum part
Ben's
on
on
their
ours.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it sounded great.
It turned out real good.
Some of those
And that's
fills
one of the
are
cool
sick.
things about
Mhm.
that's one of the cool things that I like about Ableton too, is that like it makes that process so much easier to like actually just kind of throw down a bunch of different takes and be like, I'm gonna take this piece from that, and then like
Oh yeah,
just
totally.
kind of piece them together and be like, cool, now I've got this. Now if I wanted to actually record this all in one, I've got a reference track. I didn't necessarily play all this in one take, but I've got something to be like, I could make that happen, especially for guitar when you're sitting there and just like, oh, trying to write a guitar solo, I could do that part. All right, cool. Let me try to start back from the beginning and see how I can build into that and then make it better. So it's like
Guitar's
really
not
cool.
an
And
intrusive
it absolutely
thing
is
to
like
do
a super
either.
valuable thing to do.
Like you can
Yeah,
have an
no.
idea at like 2 a.m. and plug in a guitar and play it.
Yeah.
If I have an idea on the drums
Jamie would
at
get
2
pissed about
a.m.
that, yeah. But the thing that Jesse was just saying, that's another reason why, Chris, you're right. The drums are a lot harder than guitar. Like when I was playing around with the tracks that PJ sent me, it was a lot easier to cut and paste even within like specific parts or measures or whatever than it is with drums, because with drums there's like other like audio noise and stuff, and like the cymbals make it really hard to put stuff together because it's not necessarily organic, hitting a crash on one take and the sound of the sustain on that crash on the other take.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
just
all of
more
the
challenging.
equalizing and stuff, all the equalizing, compression, and like mixing that goes into drums is so intensive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, and there's no fixing one mic. You got to fix all of them.
Yeah,
It's all
you
one-
can't just like slap a
9 microphones are
plug-in
one
on
mic.
it and hope for the best. Like everything, it all depends on what you have for your situation.
Drums are a pain.
Drums are a
Yes.
pain. That's why I tried to did the whole drum part in one night, because I wanted try to eliminate as many variables as
Consistent
possible. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like it changed at all, but like
There's a lot to be said about that. Just like how you feel, how you're going about playing.
yeah,
the
that
part.
too. That too.
It's
Yeah,
like
like the vibes.
it can change from night to night. On that note, let's listen to Ben and PJ's song,
Nuts and gum.
Let's do it.
Nuts and Gum.
Nuts
I
and Gum.
need to figure out how to make the video big again because I clicked on something else.
Are you able to
Discord!
enable closed captions for us, or do we have to do it?
I think so.
You can hit it
can
on your
click
own
it.
end.
Yeah, you can do it on your own.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, so now it's maximized again, and then so it's like you're a YouTube player, so you click the button if you want. It's playing for you guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Sounds glorious.
Yes, they're expensive.
One heart is gotta see rotating glasses, but too many has got us falling on our asses. Raise your glass, but follow his advice. Hydrate well, don't roll the dice. The empties
Disease.
the old plans are good enough.
Is that a hot or a cold?
That's a hot.
Oh yeah.
What's the cold equivalent in food?
The bread.
Popsicle.
The ketchup.
The ketchup, coleslaw,
It could be the relish.
the relish. Where is this, Ben?
It's a lake in Idaho that I go to. I have a friend who has a house in the lake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really
All
nice
the
there.
evergreens.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Great job on the vocals, PJ.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
It's so relaxing.
Yeah,
Cause there's a map to growing old.
Math to Growing Old is one of my favorite lines in this whole song, lyrics.
Yeah,
It was
same.
originally art, and I was like, well, wait a minute, 1 and 1 is math.
It is.
I also like this ending too.
Just a
You jump off.
just
that
a banger of a song, banger of a track.
It's
That's
a
a
summer
banger.
hit.
Bangs it out real quick.
So,
let's-
what were you gonna say, Chris?
Are we just running through? Or are we gonna discuss?
I thought we might chat about that a little bit. Chat about that song we just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you pause it?
Yeah, you're the host, bro.
I did pause it. It didn't
Oh.
pause for you guys.
No.
My pause isn't even working.
Minor and short.
Okay, so pause
Oh,
your
there we go.
videos. Pause your videos and rewind them.
All the
Yeah.
way to 0. Yeah.
Did it. It took me hitting pause like 5 times.
So-
yeah, I hit it just as it was transitioning, so probably didn't. I probably glitched it.
I hit pause at the same time, so I probably kept it rolling for all of us.
Maybe. Yeah.
I will not touch that. I will not touch that button. So my first question: how difficult? What do you feel like you spent the most time mixing in that song, Ben?
Yeah.
I had the most trouble with the vocals because it was tough because I couldn't get the levels right. So like I would like mix it in GarageBand and then export it and then listen to it on my headphones, listen to it in iTunes and listen to it on my phone and no matter what, like it just didn't quite get to the right mix. It would always be like PJ's was louder or mine was louder depending on what you were listening on. That's the thing I probably struggled the most with was mixing the vocals to a place where it sounded good on everything I listened to it
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah,
So that's
and
probably
making
what
sure
I
they
spent the most
blend.
time with. Yeah,
Mhm.
and blending them too. Yeah, I think that was probably the hardest thing.
Now
The
it
thing
sounds
I
like.
was-
Sorry,
what
go ahead.
microphones did you guys use for vocals?
That's what
so
I was
you
wondering.
used like an SM57, right, PJ? Like a
Uh,
live.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just whatever we had from the practice space.
It's an SM. Yeah, we have 2 SM57s.
Classic, though.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense
which
because
are
it sounds
fine.
like
I mean,
Yeah.
it just has a very garage band vibe to the vocals. I'm like, couldn't figure out
well,
why.
I use
It's like
a filter
okay,
too. Like I use like a vocal, like one of the built-in GarageBand. It was like
Yep.
But Ben, you use like your podcasting microphone.
mine.
right?
No, I use I have a Rode
oh,
I forget what the model is, but
NT1?
NT1A.
NT1, yeah, it's like
Yeah. That's what Aaron and I both use.
yeah, so that's
Although
what I
he
use
uses
for
his
the
FM7.
for mine.
Yep. And there's Aaron's.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's
That's what you're hearing him through right now.
yeah, so yeah, that's what I used for mine, and I have that whole apparatus that I sent on
Yeah, like the
on
with the
Snapchat,
shield.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
Right,
then the
yeah.
drums.
So a big
drums
part
are
of that,
all-
like your difficulty in mixing the vocals, was probably just because of that, because of the difference in the microphones. Like the NT1A is a very sensitive microphone, and the SM57 is a very not sensitive microphone. So you got to really belt into it to get a lot of vocal energy.
Yeah, but the problem was the PJ's vocals ended up being too loud. Like I'm not totally happy with the way it sounds
Oh.
on YouTube. I wish it came down a little bit. And I was mixing
That
them
sounds
separately,
great.
right? So theoretically, I should be able to get to a point where, I can get them equal. But I think largely I was relatively happy with it. I was really happy with how the drums came out. I didn't do any.
Oh yeah,
The
They
Processing.
sound
drums were
great.
only mixed.
and like
There's
just
no-
like
there's
we were
no
talking
anything
about
on it.
earlier, drums are very hard to record. Drums are the most difficult instrument to record, aside from like maybe upright bass. Upright bass is tough for other reasons, but drums are like logistically difficult to record. So
Yeah.
like the fact that you were even able to do that is like crazy.
Yeah, this was good because I've been accumulating a drum set, like just buying bits and pieces because like I left my drum set, at PJ's, and then I've just been buying and upgrading different components on my set since I've moved here, and then getting all the mics right, and then putting up a little bit of soundproofing. It just like I think it came out pretty. I was like surprisingly
Sounds
happy
great.
with it.
So you have a kit at PJ's, but one where you are right now too, right? Or
Yeah,
just-
so the
okay.
kit at PJ's is just the kit I've had forever, and then I left that there when I moved, and then here I've bought I started with a really cheap beat up Mapex Mars, and I just upgraded to the Tama Rockstar that I have in there right now, and I've just been kind of waiting on Craigslist for people to sell drum sets for next to nothing and just upgrading hardware and shit as I've been going. Yeah.
Now, PJ, did you track your guitars? Oh snap!
Sorry.
Oh,
Did
God.
you snap?
My ears.
I
Did
was trying to
you?
adjust my threshold because there's like I'm outside, so there's other sound going around here.
Yeah. Now, PJ, did you record your guitar or guitar tracks takes with effects into the Focusrite, or how did you do that? Do you have pedals that you were playing through into the computer?
So I just put it into the Focusrite, and then whatever was in GarageBand, I was just like, "Oh, this sounds good."
It
And
does.
So you used the GarageBand amp sim.
yeah,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
everything was just
Cool.
whatever's
We
in
use GarageBand for everything. We both have our little
That's sick.
Focusrites
Yeah,
and
sounded
just
pretty good.
GarageBand.
It
Did
sounded
you guys
great for.
did you guys share project files, or was it like PJ, you recorded your stuff and sent it off to Ben?
So
So
originally I
to
sent
my
him.
place,
Yeah,
and
I
we
sent him the
recorded-
drum project file. He tried to send it back to me, and when he sent it to me, there were a bunch of tracks missing. I don't know what happened to
Classic
it.
classic
So,
project sharing problem.
yeah. So it just I
This is
figured that
why
would
he
be
asked that
normal.
question.
Yeah, so then we just switched to him sending me audio files that I just dropped into the master file.
That's
well,
excellent.
originally we were together, and then we just recorded a scratch track because like we wrote like the skeleton of the song together.
Yeah, that's what when we like about a month ago, whenever we decided to do this, I was in Boston, I went to PJ's and we basically wrote the song from start to finish on guitar, recorded a scratch track that night, and then I brought that back and recorded the drums over that. So I would say
That's
it
the
would
move.
be the whole thing remote was fine, but it would be difficult to write a song that we were both happy with remotely, at least with what we have kind of, that we're available to us. It was a lot easier to collaborate because it's like, oh, I like this part. Oh, I love this little riff you just did. Like, it's a little harder to do that online, but like, the few hours we spent writing it, we kind of have to be in person.
So I have
think.
I have a multi-part question for you guys about writing it in person. Did you write to a BPM in person?
The scratch track was to a click track.
Click.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you factor in anything like vocals or what the drums might sound like, or just sheerly guitars for the scratch track?
I think it was
Pure-
purely guitars.
Purely guitars. We had no.
His head and
Yeah, exactly. We had no melody. I hadn't thought of the drums. It was like
No
literally
lyrics at all
just
yet.
guitars.
You
No
didn't-
lyrics.
what?
Nothing. No.
Did you use the same guitar you guys like during the scratch sessions, whatever? PJ, did you use the same guitar? What guitar is it, by the way?
so it's
Gibson SG, right?
No, it's a what does Adam call his thing? So Wallet.
Oh,
guitars or-
well, yeah,
it's
his
our friend
ZWG
Adam
guitar.
made the guitar. Yeah.
So it's
But
a
in what
knockoff,
style?
Telecaster.
Oh,
Oh, it's
great.
a Telecaster.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's
It's-
what I used for the guitar track.
Adam does great work. The only complaint my dad has after using one for a long time is that the finishing work on the frets is a little rough. Do you feel like that on your guitar? Does it like hurt your fingers a little bit after playing it?
I noticed like the corners of the neck, it's a little sharp, but it's basically everything's fine.
It's
I'm
a guitar that he
compiling
made.
all
I
this
didn't realize
feedback.
that.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
one of the things he makes is he makes guitars. Yeah. He does. He has like a cast and he. He's got a whole system.
Adam's
And
really
he's made
good at
guitars
making
for like.
guitars.
Yeah, he's made guitars for like all of our circle, and then he sold a guitar to Carrie's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only complaint he had was the fret finishing. So you can probably sand down your frets a little bit even and get them better. Like that's what my dad did.
Now, my
Yeah.
last question about the scratch sessions, the primary thing. Did you guys have any kind of like I guess this is more specifically for you, PJ. Did you have the concept, like the theme of this in mind when you were writing the guitar, or were you guys just like, let's just fucking write this song?
It actually started as a completely different song. And then the verse, the chord progression of the verse just became the song, and we kind of worked from there. And then the intro was like something I just totally just wrote at some
So you're
point.
saying, did we think about one hot, one cold when we were writing it?
Oh,
Right, Chris?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, not really. I mean, we were drinking, and I think to me, one
That
hot, one
counts.
cold is about drinking because we went with a very literal interpretation.
I've
so,
not followed that advice tonight. I'm 4 hot, 1 cold right now.
Poor hot deep.
Dude, take a jump, take your computer and jump into the pool, and that's 3 cold right there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
yeah.
like balances.
Yeah, exactly.
The scales of drinking justice.
I got my hot and cold.
This ruins
here.
the video call.
And actually, by the way,
I got an espresso martini right now.
oh yeah, suck it down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy.
My hot, my cold.
Yeah, we all got this.
Hell
We're all doing it. I told this to Chris, but the dude who introduced me to One Hot One Cold is this dude I worked with named Jeff, or work with. And I told him about the songs and sent them to him, and he was fucking delighted. He was like so happy. He loved the shout outs. We made his day. So this is another like kind of halo benefit of what we did here. We did a good thing for a good
Right.
guy.
I love
Cool.
that it made it back to him.
Oh
And
yeah,
this was
he
a-
was pumped.
This is a great topic too. Like this was a fantastic, like just a good concept for a topic. It was like I like it a lot. Hell of a lot better than Kruber.
It's really your
Like
question was
Kruger.
really interesting, Chris. The like what were we thinking about it when we were writing it? At first I was like, I kind of thought about that. I was like, oh, One Hot One Cold, maybe we could do one where we go really really fast and then we slow it down for a part and then go
That's what
really
we were gonna
fast.
do.
That'd be cool.
and then
That's
like
yeah.
we started doing it and I was like, man, we are not like I'm not a good enough musician to
That's how we
figure out
felt.
to figure out how to
That's
do this. So we
exactly
were like,
the
let's just write a fucking
situation.
song. That was my
That's-
exact thought process.
That's kind of what I did in this song, in that part. I did
Yeah.
sort of like I did a halftime part on the drums and at the end of this.
But,
Yeah,
but we,
I mean,
It's
that's-
probably more of a challenge too. Like it's more of a challenge for it to be like a
User
drum and
disconnected
guitar
from
sort
your
of duo
channel.
as opposed to like two guitarists.
Oh
that
yeah,
have,
my
like,
my question
That's
that I
fair.
had in my
plenty
head
of
is,
room
did you
to make
guys?
melodies
There's
and
no
stuff.
bass on that track, right?
There's
No,
bass.
there is.
There is,
And
yeah.
it's
There
a
is
sick
bass?
bass part. And this is another thing is like again, I think the mixing is the next thing that I need to really iron out because I was pretty happy with it, but I wasn't fully happy with it. There is a sick bass part, especially during the verse. And eventually with all the shit that I layered in there, like we used a little bit of keyboards, we have the bass, the two guitars, there's like two lead parts
I
together.
feel
too.
bad now because I thought there might be a bass part, but I just like
That's the
I
mixing,
wasn't sure
'cause
if
was
it
sick.
was. I
It's
wasn't
like a
sure if the
ska-
guitar was bassy.
A ska bass line, sort of.
Oh, it's so good because
Like a
PJ
walk-
is originally a bass player. He's like first and foremost a bass player. He just de facto played guitars in our bands because Jeremy was always the bass player and Jeremy couldn't play guitar. So that's kind
Right.
of the but PJ, you're first and foremost a bass player, right?
Yeah, I've been playing bass way longer.
This part is sick. I was thinking like maybe because I put this on our Bandcamp too. I have a thing on our Bandcamp that's basically just the B-side songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm not going to change the video, but like I was thinking about listening to people's feedback here and then maybe going back and trying to like
No, I
remaster
encourage
it or
that for
whatever.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
do that.
It's like a test bed. The
Yeah,
B-side
exactly.
thing.
Because I wasn't like totally happy with it. And like also on the drums, like I tried to sit there and play with like compression and like other things that it lets you like kind of tool with. And ultimately I would like get it to a place I like, go to bed, wake up and be like, man, this made it sound worse.
Yes.
So it ended up just being that's basically just the pure drum sounds from the mic setup that I have, which is snare, bass, and I use Carrie's bass thing, the one that suspends it in the middle of the bass drum, the thing that you recommended, Carrie.
Kelly
Um,
shoe.
Kelly
Yeah,
Shue,
that thing is fucking awesome. And then high tom, low tom, and then two overheads is the setup that I use.
That's what I use.
The production viewpoint is always like there's like I read like a lot of conversations between audio engineers and producers, and the conversation is always that like if you have to go back and ask for a different take or something like that, first off, the band and the audio engineer is not going to be happy to hear that, and they're probably not going to humor you. And second, you can get a lot of work done by having just good takes and a good hook to a song and just a good overall song flow. Like if you just have a really good song that stands on its own, you can get away with a lot of lack of processing and stuff like that, because if the song is a turd, you can only you can only polish a turd, it's still a turd, right? Like
a turd so much, yeah.
Yeah, so-
make sure you're
Right.
petrified.
So my final question here, Ben, is what speakers were you listening to when you mixed it?
I was listening to my headphones. These are
M50 Audio Technica M50Xs.
yeah. Yep. So I was listening to
Word.
this. Yep.
Yeah, same.
Look at all these boys.
Yeah. Yeah, look at what that's what Chris uses.
I don't
so
have
reliable.
like a nice like studio like set of studio monitors or anything.
Yeah,
like,
that's your best choice, honestly. If you don't have actual studio monitors, use headphones. Like, don't try and use like Bose speakers or whatever, because Bose speakers are very heavily biased and stuff like that. So like
I
the
mixed.
the
Yeah,
M50s are very flat and they're
No,
a
they're
good
like
reference
tried and
point.
true. I mixed to the
Yeah.
headphones,
Bose
but I
biased
didn't. Sorry,
What did
PJ.
you say, PJ?
I just asked, what are Bose biased to? I don't know anything about like.
Mids.
Oh, don't get him started.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I won't.
If it's Bose, it must be no lows or something like that. I think that's the thing I heard.
All highs, no lows. Must be
All
Bose.
highs, no lows must be Bose. Yeah, it's the thing.
I would always listen to it on my headphones. Then before I finalize anything, unplug the headphones and just listen to it through the MacBook speakers because I was trying to like optimize
yeah.
what I thought people would be more like commonly.
That's smart.
That's the de facto.
It's a good
Yeah.
reference.
And honestly,
MacBook
like
speakers are really
newer
good.
MacBook speakers are really good.
Yeah,
It's
they are
insane.
really
Like
good.
Lauren has that M1 MacBook now, and like I was surprised. Like she was just listening to music. I'm like, this doesn't sound awful. Like
Well, even still, like
any
even
other
my
laptop
phone,
I
like,
listen to, I'm like,
my
this is
phone
awful.
speakers are really good too. Like to listen to it through phone speakers is also like a really good reference.
They've
Like,
gotten a
someone
lot
put it on
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life has gotten better on the audio front for just general listening. And you're right, Ben. Like I feel like the MacBook speakers, whether it's a 2015 or a 2020, it's they're all pretty biased towards like the lowest common denominator. Like you're really not going to get worse than that. Do you when you were like listening back to your mix, did you it's a silly thing, but like it is a normal thing to do. Did you mono? Did you break it down to mono and listen to it in mono at all instead of stereo?
How do you do that?
Personally, I listen on a cell phone.
Well, you're not. Cell phones aren't.
effectively mono.
Yeah, cell phones aren't though, because it depends what cell phone you have.
Sometimes they're stereo. Like they'll play a stereo signal out of two speakers, but they're not going to achieve real.
Yeah,
stereo
it depends how shabby your phone is, I suppose. Like most flagship phones are going to have
Aaron
two
doesn't have
speakers.
a very nice phone, so
Yeah,
Aaron's like
it gives you an
a poor
idea,
people
though.
phone.
Yeah.
Is there like a simple? I mean, I know you don't know
There-
GarageBand specifically, but like, is there a simple way to just like flip on mono and hear
Oh,
it
yeah.
that way?
There's
Yes.
absolutely ways to do that. Yeah,
I
it's
can just
pretty
Google it,
simple.
but that's a good idea
Yeah.
because then you kind of can effectively listen to it in the lowest common denominator.
And you'll hear phasing issues and stuff like that, which is one of those things that I will say that like after mixing Carrie's drums and then mixing your drums obviously are subject to a lot of phasing issues. That's one of those things that kind of like when you hear something that's overly compressed, it's one of those things that once you hear it, you cannot unhear it in that song and other songs in general.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't notice any. Obviously, I didn't notice. Like, I did listen to your song in mono, but I didn't notice any phasing issues or anything like that. But I was just curious. That's one of those steps where I feel like I have a really good mix. I'll bring it way up, and I think I'm like, man, this is the best mix I've ever done. And I listen to a mono, it sounds like diarrhea, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's really tough to please everything. You know?
Yeah, really good
Yeah.
though. Jesse,
thank you.
Aaron, did you guys have any questions for the two lads?
I back on the bass thing a little bit. I was just curious on how you mixed it, since everyone was kind of like this a little not cutting through. Typically when I'm mixing bass, at least, a lot of the high end treble end is kind of just wasted frequencies that you're eating up on someone else. And the same thing, the guitars, you're wasting a lot of bass frequencies. So it's like, did you do any cutoffs on bass on the guitar and vice versa?
So I don't know what Ben's part was, but like when I recorded the bass, I couldn't find a tone that I was really satisfied with. So I was just like, I'll just settle for this. And it sounded fine when, like
I'm gonna send you pirated amplitude.
All right.
It always sounds good through the DAW.
Like it was a little rough sounding, but it was like, whatever, it'll do.
Yeah.
Are you still using the GarageBand for it? The GarageBand?
Yeah, I was using GarageBand.
We did everything. We recorded and we both recorded and then did all the mixing in GarageBand. Yeah,
It's an easy way to be consistent with each other for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
The last thing I'll say is I think on the bass thing, reflecting on it, I think I might have mixed it too low because I was really listening to it in the part where in the first half of the chorus is just bass, or first half of the verse is just bass. So I mixed it, I think, listening specifically to that. Obviously, I listened to the whole thing, but that's when the bass is most prevalent. So I think I heard the bass level when it was by itself, was like, oh, that sounds good, and then didn't consider that keeping the bass, a little quieter, it would get
Bass
drowned
is very
out by
difficult
everything
to
else.
mix.
Yeah, I gotta
it's
spend a
really,
little more
really
time with that next
difficult.
time.
I found a lot of my songs. Yeah, I go back and play it on different systems, and it's just non-existent.
It's such
very
You do
easy.
It's
two
one of those
rounds with
unique
Aaron's
things,
bass
too,
in
that,
the
like,
song.
It's so
If your bass
easy.
is too quiet in a mix, it's like all of a sudden your mix just sounds like dull. Like
Yeah,
You
but
have
then
you have a
low,
technical
but like
advantage
it's
hard
like
too,
very
mixing bass.
like like it's a balance you need to strike.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you have a technical advantage mixing bass if you have something like a nice subwoofer or a very nice, well-treated space that has bass traps in it. And it's very hard to mix bass through headphones. So if you mix the whole thing through headphones, that makes sense.
yeah, if
Like,
you're
'cause bass,
using, sorry, go ahead.
think about like frequencies, right? Like the way frequencies work. They say the most common frequency that you can hear as a human is 1 kilohertz because the wavelength is 1 physical centimeter in size. So it fits perfectly inside of your eardrum and it resonates your eardrum and you hear 1 kilohertz more than you hear other frequencies naturally, generally speaking, for humans. But bass wavelengths can be like 20 feet in length, right? So like if you have a subwoofer at a concert, like booming bass, that's like why you hear it outside of clubs. That's why you hear it outside of music festivals, like, and it travels a long way
It's getting
because
through everything.
Yeah, I
it
hate
takes a
that.
long time. It takes a long time for bass to develop. So if you're
Yeah,
trying to
I hate
mix it in
that.
headphones, it's all a simulation, like what you're hearing in headphones, as far
Yeah.
as like low
Yeah, you
frequencies.
Can I ask you guys a
guy who's got a
question?
subwoofer.
Yeah, what's up, PJ?
Yep.
So, how did you guys record bass? So all I did when I recorded bass was I did just one bass track,
Yes,
and that was
that's
it. Like,
appropriate.
Yeah, that's
do
the
you
way to
guys
go.
you guys don't double it or do left and
Nah.
right or
I
anything?
definitely
No.
didn't double it. Yeah, no, I just
Not
kind
with
of like
bass.
I worked through.
We had 2
doing-
bass tracks
basically did
going,
like
but it
takes,
was
take after take and pieced them together.
Okay,
yeah,
so it
we
was
had
just
2
dual
bass tracks
attachment.
going, but it's one clean and one distorted track. And
Okay.
they're like Aaron was talking about earlier, when we have something like that going on, we separate the high and low frequencies a little bit, at least. It's a kind of a blend, but the clean part is doing the low frequencies, and then the high part is mostly the distorted bass part.
But
Yeah,
you guys don't do that
that's-
for every song, right?
No, but that's kind of like why I
No,
was
not for
bringing
every
it up, because exactly that. We originally just put my clean signal and my distorted signal just on top of each other. And I'm just like, it sounds like mud. There's no clarity in it. It just kind of sounds like straight trash. And then we did a little research and it was like one of these things I learned long ago but forgot. But exactly like you said, the clean bass tone, we just take the bass out of, and then the distortion, well, distortion is mostly mid to high, right? So then we just did that. Now it's technically frequency wise, it's one bass track.
So wait,
Okay.
let me get this right. You just said that you EQ'd the bass out of both of them then?
No, the you take the treble for the distortion and the bass on the clean. So,
Okay.
but when you put those two together and the way they're EQ'd, they're not in
Composites.
each other. So really, even though it's 2 tracks, it's really one track because you're only taking these sections of the frequencies and you created one new frequency for it,
Yeah.
or one new mix.
Yeah.
Right, so the low
And then
end
all
is
of a
completely
sudden,
clean.
yeah, and all of a sudden, boom, the bass popped out of the mix like amazingly. And it's just like, oh, you know what? I don't need to re-record this because now it just works. So in
Okay.
the same end, it's like, oh, if your guitar is really bass heavy, then it's like, well, we can take some of that out and now the bass will shine through more because mostly what you want on the guitar is that higher end.
Yeah, and I will
actually
say
listened to a podcast with Rivers Cuomo on it where he was talking about recording the solo and Only in Dreams. And he was talking about how the studio engineer he was working with, he was like, he set up the guitar for him and he was like, this doesn't sound like when I play the guitar normally. And he was like, yeah, it's set up for recording. And it's because he took out all the low end, right? So the guitar will sound really kind of like thin when you're playing it by itself. But when you record it, it really fills in the right spot, with the whole mix.
yeah.
Right. I certainly have done that for years where I pushed my bass really heavy in the mids because it sounds beautiful that way. And every time I play with the band, it gets a little too
Yeah, it sounds
much.
beautiful by itself.
Yeah, right.
And you mostly play by yourself, so you want to hear it that way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I will say
you
also,
cater to your ear.
if what you're using, Ben, are the same headphones, the Audio Technica M50Xs that Aaron and I are using, I will say these things they make me turn the bass down considerably in my mixes because I always feel like they're like kind of they're a little bit bass biased in mixes. So I'll usually use these studio phones that I have off to the side, but they're great. These are great for testing because these are like very popular headphones. So you'll hear like a lot of people will use these.
That's that's definitely a live and learn thing, and that's one of the things I'm glad that we're doing this for. Like, I just know now to like give the bass a little extra and listen specifically, like to make sure that sounds That sounds good.
Yeah.
Because that was a big missed opportunity. Because again, like PJ sent me the bass part, and I was like, holy shit, like this is so fucking good. So it's a shame that it doesn't come through as much as it should.
Yeah.
Definitely got to re-listen to that and listen hard for the bass part now.
Yeah, I'm
As
gonna
a fellow
listen again and
bassist.
pay attention.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
a walking bass line that you'd like hear in a ska song.
Nice.
I think we need to go in a ska direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna do ska next.
Not
That
too
would
bad.
actually be really hard to do.
Because
That's
no one
tough.
plays a horn.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the
Keyboard horns. Just...
they
Let's
don't
get
sound.
a round of applause for Ben.
Woo!
Thank you.
But yeah, the only other thing that I'll say is I get the bass dialed in with our songs where it'll be like 1 dB, like 1 decibel in either direction feels like you can no longer hear it or you can hear it too much, and
Mm.
I guess
That's when
That's
you
good
know
stuff.
to stop.
yeah, like just
Yeah.
leave it right there. Yeah,
Me and Carrie battled a little back and forth at the very end of it with that with different pieces of it. I'm like, it needs to be 2 dBs, and he's just like 1.5 or nothing. I'm like, okay, 1.5.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like an auction.
Yeah.
Before we listen to the next song, can I take a quick pee break?
Heat it up.
Yeah, don't do it out the window.
Window.
No, I'm not going out the
No,
window.
he only does that when he's super drunk.
Damn it, we missed
You
it.
know-
If you go out the window, you have to
know-
take the camera with you.
The thing
Ugh.
about PJ is when he goes to stage left on the camera, you know he's going to his
Yeah.
bathroom. When he goes to stage
Oh.
right on the camera, you know he's going to
Ooh,
the
good
window.
to know.
Does he
Because
do
all
stage
there
right
is-
That
often?
right now.
It's just the drum set in the window. Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Yeah. The Black Lagoon. It's like this whole area is like a man-made lagoon.
Just full
It's
screen
all-
the camera.
Can I do that? Is that
No,
is
no,
that,
we
like-
do it.
We can
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
Right. So yeah, this whole area is like a man-made lagoon. So it's like if you look at it on Google Maps, it looks like ferns almost, but it's like all dug out by humans, and like everybody owns boats and jet skis and stuff. And
Nice.
this house is at like the end of the lagoon. They've got a swimming
Okay,
pool
it's-
down there.
This is the Jersey place.
Yeah, this is in New Jersey. This is near Long Beach Island. This is Manahawkin.
Can you jump
Okay.
into the pool from the balcony?
That would be not recommended because the shallow end of the pool is near the balcony. If the
That's
deep
a hard
end
place to
was,
jump
you
into.
might be able to. Yeah, you
If
probably
ever
fuck
one was to
yourself
jump
up.
into a pool, you would probably hope that you would die from doing that.
Wow.
I don't think
Oh,
I would hope
perfect.
that. No.
Jesse hopes that you would
Death
die.
wish, dude.
Oh,
You gotta
no.
have a death wish.
I like Chris's shirt though. Are you a fan of What We Do in the Shadows, Ben?
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
that shirt.
Did you see Chris's shirt? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a classic.
Did you guys watch the most recent episode on Thursday?
I did not. I
No.
watch them every Sunday.
Was it the one where they went to the Energy Vampire Council?
That's the one that
No.
I saw last.
No,
Okay,
that-
so there
that
must
was
be there's
a-
one more. Yeah.
I saw that one too, but there's a new one. Yeah. The Energy Vampire Council was great.
Yeah, I love Evie. Like I love her returning. Whoever I can't remember her name. She's from SNL.
She's
I
from
think.
and she's also on Righteous Gemstones. What's her name? That's the woman from Righteous Gemstones, right? Do you guys watch that show?
Never heard of
I've
it.
never heard of that.
Oh,
show.
Oh, that show is really good. It's got Danny McBride. It's on HBO.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
heard good things about
John
Righteous
Goodman.
Gemstones.
Yeah, it's about a family that runs a mega church and they're like super like fucked up and corrupt. It's like a comedy, but yeah,
What's it on?
it's on HBO.
Ah,
Adam Devine is in it. That's cool.
Yes,
Danny
Adam Devine,
McBride,
yeah.
yeah.
Show's really good. It's in its like I think second or third season right now. It's really really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's
Word.
in that, and then that whole Energy Vampire Council was all like
They were like
very-
cameos, right?
Yeah, they were cameos, and what's funny was they used their real name. So like Greg Turkington used his real name, Joe Firestone used her real name, and they're all people who are known for being.
Hannibal Buress was there.
Hannibal Buress was there, yeah. They're all people who are kind of known for being like having a very deadpan or dry style of comedy. So I think they were like, these are really like they actually.
I didn't
were,
know
like,
that. I
playing
didn't recognize
themselves.
any of them.
And
That's
in
awesome.
real life,
That's
they're
great.
energy vampires, and it's like why they are so like
Yeah.
that. The guy Greg Turkington, one of the guys, is one of my favorite comedians. He's like so fucking funny. I was delighted. And he does a web show with Tim Heidecker and Mark Proksch, who plays
cool.
Colin Robinson. Yeah, which I think is how they made the connection. So, anyways,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
That's a little bit of a.
Anyways,
tangent.
bass. No, we're not talking about bass anymore, PJ. Are we good?
Should we
We're
play
gonna
this
keep
song?
talking about the bass. Yeah, I'm ready whenever you
before
are.
you
Just out
hit-
of caution, everyone make sure that they got their YouTube video
Wait,
rewind.
I like minimized
Hold
mine.
on.
And I can't figure out
Hit
how
the
back
the
to
button.
watch
Yeah.
there we go.
Watch together.
Also-
Wait, so we're all going to the left?
Yeah.
Yes.
whenever you just hit play, it jumped me back
Alright.
to 26 seconds. So
Yes. We're synced to you, Carrie. So
I'm
make
at
sure
0, so
yes. So if
hopefully
you hit play,
that
it'll
should work.
yeah.
yeah,
All right,
I'll
I'm
yell
gonna hit
at the
it,
stop.
and
Start
if
it
not,
up, let's
just
go.
hit play.
Okay,
Got
good.
it.
I kept telling Aaron this sounds like White Zombie or Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I love the drum beat here. The snare sounds so good. That second part of the chorus is you, Carrie, right? Singing?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, this chorus is so fucking both. The whole thing is so good. Just catchy as hell.
I get both of your sounds. That's
Not enough room in my head for all these songs.
one of them's hot, one of them's cold.
Yeah.
Shit's so trippy.
I love that, like a path I'm addressing and the guitar going down too.
Yeah, it works really well.
Sexy boxers.
Sexy boxers.
Sexy boxers with bubbles.
Boxers are the perfect thing for AI generated images because they wear big gloves.
Yeah.
Guitar solo, totally necessary guitar solo.
Totally necessary.
ChatGPT told us to do it.
Yeah, Aaron, did you?
Yeah.
Wait, so the ChatGPT like thing said do a guitar solo here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And I like the video matches it too. I love that part.
Yeah.
This is my favorite video clip. The beer bottle soldiers. That was the hardest one to get to generate properly too.
So the balls are really cool.
It's really hard with AI imagery to get consistent characters to begin with, but also to have non-human things to have human attributes.
And will AI only do the
Only
Square.
Well, Stable Diffusion is trained on square images, so it works best that way.
That's how you know you're dealing with AI art in the future. It'll have to be a square.
Good to know.
For now, anyway.
I love that the numbers go up. It fits so well.
Did you notice that there's no too hot, too cold, though?
Does it go from 1 to 3?
It goes from 1 to 3, yeah.
It's like how it goes. Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. That's awesome.
It does go from 1 to 3, and it's so there's a story behind that. Basically, ChatGPT spat us out lyrics, and we recorded the song to that. Except in the middle of it, after Aaron had done, I did the drums first. Aaron did the vocals, and we somehow skipped the second verse. Basically, is the moral of the story. And so we just cut it out of the song because it was getting way too long anyways. Like that was already 4.5 minutes. Like that's a pretty long song to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was recording my vocal parts after him, I noticed I was singing along 3 Hot 3 Cold because that's what was in the Google Doc, but Aaron was singing 2 Hot 2 Cold. So I was like, Aaron, you sang 2 Hot 2 Cold there, but it says 3 Hot 3 Cold, and like,
Well,
Interesting. Okay.
There's more to that story though. There's so I accidentally sang it that way because I was shifting around the project and like because I was doing like the clean voice and then I did the rough voice and then I realized that the rough voice was kind of burning me out and it's like, oh shit, I need to get all the clean ones done first. I'm doing this stupid. And I probably recorded in the wrong spot. And I just left it there. But what you're saying is not exactly true because the chorus, yes, jumps from 1 to 3, but if you actually look at the I think it's the second verse, that's where it jumps to 2 Hot 2 Cold. 2 Hot 2 Cold, a challenge to my guys, which is
Right,
why I
okay.
rewrote the thing as 3 Hot 3 Cold because ChatGPT spit it out wrong.
Right, okay.
'Cause-
Well,
yeah,
there you go.
So it does count 1, 2, 3. It's just not in the chorus.
Right.
I keep thinking about Pocket Sand because the icons.
That's the
Yeah.
carry vocal has that folk swing to it from Pocket Sand, I feel.
What did you carry from a mixing perspective? What do you feel like you struggle with the most or failed on?
I don't know. I don't think anything was a total failure here. I think that we struggle most with the vocals, obviously.
I
Always.
don't think any of it's really a failure, but
I think the vocals came out really well.
The
I like
vocals
what
were a
both of you
struggle.
I absolutely agree.
There's always the most going on in the vocals.
Yep.
Like Chris was saying earlier, recording guitar is not very dramatic as far as the logistics of recording guitar go. Like you
Well, this
have
also
a lot
kind
of
of
leeway there.
This brings into question too, like how many vocal tracks did you send Carrie, Aaron?
Too many as usual, but
Like how many? Do you have any idea
the-
how many vocal tracks you sent?
so the
Do you want me to
verse
open the project right now and
we
screen?
we also
So
we didn't
I
Shame.
saw
exactly
like a snap of
follow.
it, and I was like, "Get out of here, dude! That's so many tracks."
Yeah,
It's a
but
lot of tracks.
that's because I'm doing it in sections too, so it just looks bigger than it is. So the verse is just 2. The core or the pre-chorus or you can't. It's not even labeled right compared to how AI asked us to do it because the pre-chorus ended up being the second part of the verse, and the pre-chorus that they listed is actually just part of the chorus for a really long chorus.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
really
aside,
just all chorus.
so the first half of the verse, the 2 lines, is just 2 panned hard left, hard right. The yelling part is left, right. Then the chorus, I have 2 yellings, left, right, panned hard, and then there's 2 other vocal parts, a high and a low. That's punched pretty close to middle, I think.
Right. And we do
And
a lot
that's
of what
it.
he was talking about earlier, where it's like from one take, we'll take, or from one track, we'll take, like 2K and above, like, and filter out everything else. And then from the lower track, we'll take that and below. So it's
Yeah.
it's almost like one complete track, but 2 different takes.
Yeah, and you guys
Frequencies,
have the
yeah.
opportunity, obviously, to mix each section differently for the vocal.
But yeah,
It's
plus
like
I
it'll be
sent it
separate from
separately.
like how I would approach it, where I'd be like, I have the main vocals, which I have to have on like 1 or 2 like synonymous tracks of sorts, and then have like any harmonies be like their own separate tracks. Anything that's outside of what the main vocals will then be additional tracks, as opposed
Yep.
to like piecing it together. But you guys were able to like mix those separately with each like progressive part.
Exactly.
way.
Yeah. I break it down a little further, just keep it so we could do that if we wanted to. The other piece is I originally did all of the vocals, and I did it as the pre-chorus, kind of as it is now. And then for the what they label as the chorus part, I added more vocals so that it would like do this big swell to get louder. So there's a different feel from pre-chorus to chorus. And then
Right.
once I came to the conclusion that it's kind of just me doing a call and response
Yeah,
part
it
to
feels like there's a
myself.
progression in the song.
Well, yeah, but when I felt like it was me call and responsing myself which
That's
wasn't
originally
enough
how
for-
it was. It was all Aaron's vocals.
Yeah, so then Carrie's like, I can do the vocals. I'm like, yeah, it would make so much more sense if you did the responses, so at least there's some vocal difference. And then once he redid it, then it didn't make sense to do the vocal swell, so we just kind of kept it all
Mixed that,
straightforward.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel the same way when I do harmonies over myself. Like in a perfect world, I would be able to like hang with PJ and we could harmonize with each other. But like to a certain extent, I feel like, you know, it's like you said, Aaron, like the call and answer should be two different
Two
voices,
people,
right?
yeah.
And like the harmonies,
Yeah.
I feel like should be two different voices,
It
but
helps
maybe
make
that's
the
just because
distinction.
it makes the distinction, and also like maybe that's
Yeah.
just like since that's how it would be like live, then
It's-
that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. It sounded weird
Yeah.
when, like, because as you heard, like it trails off, like you're holding the while the other vocal is starting, and if it's my vocal starting on top of that, it's like, how are you singing at the same time as you singing?
Yeah.
you're doing that. But I mean, to that point too, like the reason like a lot of Queen's music sounds really good is because it's usually Freddie Mercury harmonizing with himself, and he had such good pitch with himself that it just sounded like super. It was like that uncanny valley feel almost whenever you like listen to that stuff, and you're like, this is like mind blowing, but it's like so perfectly harmonized because he knew how to harmonize with himself too. But then
Y'all can
he
end
didn't really
activity
do like
if you
very
want,
much
by the
call
way,
us.
as well.
Whenever they did like
That's
call
what
and
I did.
response and stuff, it's always like there's group vocals. There's the distinction between like there's back and forth. This is the left. This is the chorus on the right. I'm a poor boy. Nobody loves me. Whatever, that sort
Yep.
of shit.
Yeah, I mean, if I sounded like Freddie Mercury, I would probably be more okay with it too.
Right. Well, I mean, on that kind of note, right?
I mean, true. Yeah, it was just an example.
I'm agreeing. I'm with you. I agree.
I think it's called imposter syndrome, where
Jesus Christ.
What
the fuck
Nice.
guy.
Soundboard.
There's a soundboard
so
feature
fucking
in
stupid.
Discord.
Yeah,
Sorry
please
about
don't.
that.
Take me there.
No.
but
Down by the
I don't
activity
look
button.
anything. I don't know how that happened.
But yeah, imposter syndrome, where like you look at yourself closer and have more time in the mirror, so you're just like you perceive yourself as like maybe uglier than you are or something like that, versus no one else is really staring at you that hard to pick out every flaw. And it's kind of the same thing where I'm just like, oh, my high vocals I'm not super confident in, so anytime I'm gonna do like a high vocal, I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be 4 more vocals with that.
Hmm.
Then
I
it
have
starts
whatever-
sounding different than myself.
Yeah, I have whatever the opposite of imposter syndrome is.
Arrogancy.
PJ, yeah,
Arrogant
pretty
syndrome.
much.
God
PJ,
complex.
I can't hear. No one can hear you. You're muted or something. No,
Nope.
nothing. We got nothing.
You got nothing from PJ. Oh, I heard something there.
Is
Say
the
something?
audio?
Say something again, PJ.
No, he's not.
Right. You
No.
can tell if your own thing is because your box will be green.
Yeah, no, we don't.
I was
have
gonna
you.
ask him if he's drinking
Sorry,
a
bud.
big glass of wine.
PJ doesn't
which I
have a
think he
green
is.
box like the rest of us.
Yeah,
He
he's
said he is, yeah.
Thumbs up with wine.
Oh, you know
Hell
what?
yeah.
Honestly, I think this will work. I think if you just keep doing thumbs up or thumbs down, one hot, one cold. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can hear us, but yeah, we get it. Just
He's the green box.
Do you
He's
have
the
the
green
pen
box.
and
Someday.
paper?
yeah.
Just write us notes.
Yeah.
You can also leave the YouTube thing if you want. If you want to see a grid of videos instead of
If
just
you
a
don't like
giant
it, you can
YouTube video that's
fucking
not
leave.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You could leave.
You know
wanna
Jesse's
talk
in
to
the
us, you can
wilderness
leave.
because the welcome sign behind him has a bear on it.
Yeah.
I'm way up in the wilderness. Yeah.
Straight up out in the wilderness.
It's so wild out here.
I'm in a man-made lagoon.
You can only see before the L was on screen. So, come something, our fuck.
Fuck a bear.
Our fuck.
Fuck a bear if you know what's right for you.
Played Baldur's Gate 3. Fuck a bear. And so, yeah, that's the one thing that I think I'm jealous of that I think I failed Armix on is getting a substantial stereo spread, because that always gives you the illusion of a louder sound. But I also didn't want to overdo it.
Hello.
Oh, snap.
Whoa.
Can you hear me now?
Hell yeah. Hell
No,
yeah.
he's the
Very
wrong
loud.
mic.
Sorry.
Wrong mic.
Sorry.
It's
It's so
a
loud.
very loud.
That's a
Sounds like
very
a baseball
You
announcer.
gotta switch your mic. It's the wrong mic. It's bad.
My mic?
Yeah, it's bad.
My mic is bad?
Yeah, it's coming through
Yeah,
your like
you are far
webcam or
from
something.
Magic Mike.
I can't pause this video.
But you are clearly not.
You watch
In a bit.
videos on the shared thing. Just
What is
restart
happening?
everything. Just restart everything and see if that. There we go. Okay.
Is Lauren giving you a hard time, Carrie?
Just go away.
Yeah.
It's all right. I can understand technical problems. Technical problems happen.
Yeah, it's your middle
PJ
name.
has a lot of technical problems. You got to remember, out of all of us, PJ is
The least techie.
like, by far the least experienced PC user and least techie too, and he does surprisingly well for
real.
It sounds super condescending, but like he does surprisingly, he's doing it.
That's also a
He's back.
That's also
almost
like that speaks to how good consumer tech is now, though. That
microphone.
that is more
most people-
accommodating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely the wrong
You
microphone.
guys hear me?
It's the wrong microphone. It's coming in through like your webcam or something. You got to switch.
Yeah, it's
check
like
your
the
Windows
webcam
audio.
mic.
Check your Discord audio. Whatever you do, disable
So-
this because it's way too loud.
To be honest, I had this issue with Discord earlier, and what I had to do was disable every other audio input and output device, but the ones I wanted to use with Discord, because Discord is a
No, don't do that.
pile of
Don't do that.
dog shit.
Don't do that. Never be able to speak to PJ again.
Don't ever.
Can't hear you
now
still.
we got
PJ.
nothing. Now we got nothing.
I did
There's a
notice
fucking blue
that's
bubble
got to be a
over here.
wireless. That's a Bluetooth
Dude,
headset because you
Discord
got
for
up
me
and walked
earlier,
away.
I had just like literally, it's a pretty common setup. I had a USB audio device and I had my laptop mic, and it would refuse to use anything but my laptop speakers as the audio
Discord
output.
sucks. Discord sucks, and I don't doubt that doing what you
Yeah.
did would fix it. I think that it would just for PJ, it would make things worse.
It would
And
probably be
certain
an issue,
audio,
yeah.
certain audio inputs would just disappear forever, and then
He would never be able to get them back. Yeah.
yeah. This is something we all struggle with Discord, but it ends up working. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the stereo spread I feel like is a really
Stereo
hard thing to get to get a really good version of it. And for your guys' song, your one hot one cold song, Carrie, Aaron, one of the things that I mentioned to you that I picked up on pretty quickly was like you guys did the unconventional thing of spreading your vocals way the fuck out all across the mix, right? Like it sounds like it's almost like a binaural thing. Like you guys have these they're on each side.
Kind of.
and
I usually send a lot of tracks, so we end up getting a real wide stereo spread.
I don't think any of your Squelch songs have been spread like this.
Nah, I don't know.
PJ, try like check NVIDIA broadcast. Check
I
everything.
am. I've done that. I've checked everything. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, but it's coming through some bad audio source. Try restarting. Try restarting your computer.
Alright. Peace out, guys.
See you in a bit.
You can share screen and show them what things to touch.
This is a pretty common thing. He'll figure it. He gets there.
Yeah. It only got worse with Windows 10 and Windows 11 that they obfuscate the actual sound control panel window so fucking far up Windows asshole that to get there you have to click like 4 different buttons, whereas previously it was just one button.
I still go to the Windows NT sound panel because it's the only one that works.
The OG sound panel, yeah, and it's
The
always
OG sound panel.
it's
is the only
always
one that
gonna be
works in
there.
Windows.
Yeah. But yeah.
Stereo stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is mostly on me because I do all the mixing. Although we meet up at the end, and like we sit in front of DP and we mix together at the very end. But for the most part, I'm making decisions, and for like, well, as we discussed earlier, Aaron frequently sends me a lot of vocal tracks, planning maybe not to use all of them, but they're just sort of all just pieces to a puzzle that I can put together.
Yeah, kind of like here's more than enough, and if you think something doesn't work, feel free to delete.
But
Right,
why
delete
would
it
you
or-
like why do you think that's the best approach to something like this instead of just curating what you think are the best takes yourself instead of just sending, because now Carrie has to go and listen to all these things. Do you mind, Carrie? Do you not care, Aaron? What is this?
No, I send it with the intention of everything being used, but you know, I'm kind of panning it out a little bit and not really mixing it, and sometimes he'll slap an effect on something that'll just kind of like, it doesn't make sense anymore. It's like, hey, if you're going through and you're like, something's not working, and he mutes one of them, it's like, feel free to delete it.
That's the culprit, yeah.
If you find a culprit for anything bad, then delete it. If you don't find it and it's all good, then I want it all used.
It's all part of the process,
But it's more of a just I'm not going to get offended if you delete something. So don't feel like you have to like.
I'm gonna mute PJ for a little
We're
bit.
suddenly by the roadside.
No, it's
Can you
back.
hear me?
We
No,
can
it's
hear
bad. It's
you.
still
We can
bad.
hear you.
So bad, are you fucking
So
kidding me?
okay, so hold on. So NVIDIA Broadcast is selected as your input in Discord, right?
You talking to
We
me?
can let's
Yes.
troubleshoot this for you.
He should
Go
just
to
be
yes.
looking
We're
in the
gonna
audio
start from the
section.
top down. We're gonna start from the
PJ,
top
share
down.
your screen.
Sorry,
Share
I'm
your
in
screen
voice
the
and
Discord.
video. Input device is.
Share your screen in the Discord.
No.
Click
We
share
did this.
screen.
He's got porn
Input
of Ben on there.
It's
What's
his
the input
background.
device? Now we can't hear you. NVIDIA Broadcast should be the input device. Then go to NVIDIA Broadcast and make sure that the input device in NVIDIA Broadcast is either your headphones or default. And if it's default, go to Windows and make sure Windows is your headphones. You got to work your way back from that. This is my responsibility
Very football
because
coach way of explaining that.
because remember, Carrie, you're my PC daddy, and your PJ's
Surrogate.
PC granddaddy.
Granddaddy, PC
You're the
granddaddy.
PC granddaddy, right?
I have
So
the
this
white
is-
hair and my beard to prove it.
You're the granddaddy, yeah.
Jesse, what happened to your facial hair?
He shaved it.
You
Clearly.
got younger.
I shaved it.
He's got the pretty boy look going on.
Hello? Hello?
What's up?
Hello. That's a
Yeah,
little
it's
better.
still-
maybe.
better now. Yeah, you're
It's
good.
a little better.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a little
good.
better. It's definitely not your headset, but I think it's fine as long as it doesn't have that weird shit.
All right,
going on,
everybody
it's
shut up and let PJ talk. Talk, PJ. Say something.
Yeah, that's good. We can tell.
Yeah.
we can hear you.
It's better than the roadside sound before. It sounded like you
better
just
than
had
whatever you
a.
had before. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
something.
Before, what it sounded like is if you took a microphone and stuck it up into your HVAC vent and just left it there.
Do
But
you
it
have
sounds
the
good
bro
now.
hole AC going?
Is there some AC going
Yeah.
on? It's probably pretty warm.
Yeah, I got the AC going.
Got a bottle of
that
wine and
sounds
some
like you
AC
did
going.
before.
Got the bottle of wine. Are you flying solo tonight?
We're coming over. We'll be there in
You
3
are?
hours.
Oh,
Speaking of
Alright,
another hot.
Coming over.
what'd you say?
Aaron,
Aaron's going to get a beer.
Oh,
He needs another
Aaron's
hot.
coming here.
He's
To the bro hole.
everyone's coming
He's
to the bro
coming to
hole.
the bro hole. Yeah.
We'll play drums until 4 a.m.
When I go to the bro hole and bring my laptop, I put it where you see the pool table. I set up a chair right there and use the pool table as my desk.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
that's
Do
the-
you
that's the
own
trick
that
there.
games in Fortnite on the pool table?
Do you play pool
Yeah.
around it?
No, we don't play pool.
Play pool around the
It's
laptop.
a filthy animal sport. That's where the
Just
laptop
knocking
goes.
some,
Yeah.
just knocking some ivory balls into your aluminum.
Mm-hmm. I'm not bringing my laptop. I'm going to New York, and then to Boston. I'm not bringing my laptop. I'm bringing my Ally. They make it the little weight downgrade.
Ooh, nice.
Doing the ROG Ally.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Alright, next song?
No, that's it. There's only 3 songs.
That was it. We can start from the beginning if you want and just listen to them all 3 and not say anything about
Yeah. All 3. No.
it. All 3 back to back.
In silence.
We could. We have to all rejoin the group activity to do
At
that.
half speed.
Yeah, at half speed.
Let's listen to, let's just see
So
how
we can watch the
ridiculous
video
I
in real
look when I
time
bring it
for
up
your
speed.
video.
Yep.
Yep.
No, but I liked this a lot. I think that we should maybe like give it like a month and then maybe pick this back up if it's convenient for everybody. Try another one, and then Carrie and Aaron or Jesse and I will pick the topic and then we'll move with it. Carrie and Aaron also had a really neat idea about lyrics. Carrie, present the idea, would you, buddy?
Yeah,
would
so
ya?
I had the idea based on what we were doing with the AI lyrics. Maybe we write lyrics and then pass them to the left. So pass the lyrics to the next
Oh.
team, and then you write lyrics or you write music for somebody else's lyrics.
It's gonna sound like I'm gonna make mine all about how I like abuse like children and like do human trafficking and then pass off to Aaron and he's gonna
I
be
know.
like, I
find
love
a way to work
human
that into the
trafficking.
I'm just gonna use
All right.
censor bleeps on a lot of it.
Yeah.
I love beep, 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 beep.
That's worse, dude, because then you could just fill in the blanks. Like, man, what is he saying?
Oh God,
You're
yeah.
really opening yourself up to a lot there.
But all
No.
joking aside, I Love that idea.
Yeah, there would be stipulations on it. We would pick a topic still. There would be stipulations, like
Yeah,
possibly
there's a topic.
no child
Don't
trafficking.
get anybody in trouble.
Yeah,
No child
and actually give a
trafficking.
shit. Like actually try. Like,
Right.
because that's the part that I
Next
would.
one's done.
That's sorry. What'd you say, PJ?
No, stupid joke.
Oh,
Keep
I
going.
love stupid
I like
jokes.
stupid jokes.
Yeah, we love that shit. But yeah, the stipulation I think would be like that you actually try hard, and that's what kind of makes this a little bit difficult. Is because if you know from the onset that you have to pass the lyrics to somebody, you're either going to try harder or not try as hard as you would normally. And that's why I was thinking like it would be neat to do this in the future and have like a half month thing where it's like hey, if you haven't written your lyrics or if you haven't sung your vocals yet, we have the lyrics written. Surprise, you're passing them to the next person. But then we're
Right.
always going to have that in the back of our minds. Like I feel like every time I do one of
Yeah.
these, then I'll be like, oh shit, we might surprise pass them. So
Well,
I
even
love
still,
that
like,
though.
That
The
kind of brings a
gamification
good
of this.
point. Like when Chris and I were doing this, like because we were trying to use ChatGPT to put these like lyrics together, and we had like really stupid lines, and I put together like a melody. That was the really like one of the more important pieces to like us using AI to write the lyrics was like, okay, do we have a melody to write them to so we can actually like use whatever is generated to write them out or to like sing vocals to the melody or whatever. And it took me so long to break the mold from the original set of like, I used lyrics from our original ChatGPT like generations, but even when I was trying to do the lip syncing thing, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, I'm like, oh, those are the old lyrics. No, don't do that. Like, it's supposed to be a T, not an F. Like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
Did you memorize them for
Well-
that?
Yeah, I had to. It took me like a week.
I
Damn.
thought maybe you had like an iPad, like on a stand, floating
That's
above
what
you.
I
You're
would've done,
reading.
yeah.
No, I went. I freeballed it the whole way.
Oh, so
It
that
took
brings
really
up a
long time.
question.
Like a really long time to get.
Brings up a question about your video. At some point, you start talking, and there's no lyrics going on. Did you forget that was like an instrument part, or you were going to the next part,
Yes.
or were you saying
Yes,
something to
there's
Chris?
a couple skips.
Yeah, you came
There's a couple
first.
skips,
The
like-
idea or the things on your face?
What'd you say?
I
What are
thought
they?
about the things on my face.
He said which. Jesus Christ. He said which came first, the idea or putting the things on your face. I think.
Nice. I like that. The idea. But no, the on the YouTube channel I did upload just for the shits of it. I did upload the real-time version of it that's like 8 minutes long or whatever. And
I
you can
saw
hear at that part of the thing.
Oh, that's.
I'm like telling Jesse, I'm like, you're good, it's fine, whatever. Cause I was like
just keep going.
yeah, like our kind of rule throughout was like you get five mess ups, and he made one essentially, like that one. So yeah, it was just like it was very much a case of we did it, and I was like, I don't know if I can pry this Play-Doh back off the Sculpey in a good enough way where it's going to be a white mask afterwards, because I don't know if you guys have played with Play-Doh lately, but there's a lot of fucking dye in it.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
So that's what it was. The video the prepping of the video probably took us like 3-4
2
hours. I think it was longer
No,
because
it
we had to
was- it
bake
was
the
probably
mask.
yeah.
We were drinking, we were fucking around a little bit, I guess, but yeah, we
also fucked up the first mask and we baked it, and then it became really hard because we didn't have a mold of my face, and so
Yeah,
it was
there's-
just like sitting like flat on my face.
Yeah,
like,
it would have
on
looked really
round.
weird, like
It was a little bit
Mrs.
weird 'cause it's gonna work.
But yeah, we had a very like Mrs. Doubtfire, hello, like thing going on there.
Dude,
This is so funny.
knowing that
halftime.
it's- knowing
The
that
real
it's
time.
slowed down,
Yeah.
man. Like, and it took
I-
8 minutes. Jesse, do you know how to
Shivering.
blink, man? Like, you just don't blink during that video, and now knowing
You
it's
like
8
that,
minutes,
right?
you just like
I-
don't blink.
Yeah, I love that. The dedication is real, and this
But
is
then-
just like this is incredible.
I
But
tried
then you-
so
you-
hard.
You gotta step up our
fucking trying
game.
weird.
But then you
Yeah,
get
we
to
do.
you get to the instrumental part, and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do with my hands. You're just like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
look to the
Well,
side.
I think
You were
the reason
staring
I-
it down
the reason
so
I
long.
skipped up, the reason I tripped up at that part is because like part of me remembering the words was listening to it in real time. So like
Yeah,
I
I
had to
get that.
re-listen to the new mix in time over and over and over again to make sure that I'm singing them correctly in real time. But I got so used to that too that once it was slowed down, I'm like, I'm anticipating like the next line because I had focused so hard on being like, I I know this is what the next line needs to be. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait, shit. There's a whole instrumental part. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
It's
that
like,
when
Joe,
I
chill. You're fine. Chill. You're fine.
exactly. I do that when I'm thinking too hard. I start looking to the side. It's just like you were staring at the camera down just the whole time, and then all of a sudden you're like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and the other problem that we ran into, two problems that I ran into were the click. Obviously, if you bake a click into the song, the click slows down as well and has almost no fucking meaning to keep him on time, because then it's just a slowed down click. So I had to fuck with that a little bit. And then the other thing was
Lauren,
God
I want to
damn
hey
it.
Lauren,
I want to hear.
we're good for tomorrow. Carol emailed you.
We're all coming
Sorry
over.
about that. I
There
just
you
had
go.
to communicate something.
We
It's all
good.
good. And
We're
then the
staying an
other
extra day, and the pet sitter is taking care of our cats for a little longer, so I had to communicate that.
absolutely, yeah, your kids. And then the other thing was, if you just slow down audio, you get like a very like type of thing going on. And so I had to use Pulse Stretch, which you can use in Audacity or you can download separately, and it essentially just slows it down and pitch corrects it back up, which was like really important, because if you try to sing anything, bye Carrie. If you try to sing anything in slow motion, you get a very much like a very guttural looking mouth movement and stuff like that.
Like listening to it too.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to lip sync to slow motion sounds, you're like,
It looks really awkward, and I sat there at my own setup, and I recorded the first like 2 or 3 minutes at 30 FPS, at 60 FPS, and then with Pulse Stretch on or Pulse Stretch off, just to see how much different it looked. So there was
this is all his idea, by the way.
It's so
Yeah.
clever. The whole thing slowing
pretty
it down
wild,
is so
yeah.
clever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like so impressed by it.
I would say that like one of my biggest fails of the whole thing was that you don't notice that it's happening unless you know that that's going on, I feel. And so like that's a testament to how well Jesse did singing his part or lip syncing to that part, but also if I had slowed it down 3 times, I feel like it would have made it drastically more difficult instead of slowing it down just 2 times. Like it would have been a lot
It does
harder.
change the vibe though. No, I mean it really does. Like
Yeah.
even if you don't notice it, it changes. It for sure changes the vibe. Wait, hold on, PJ. I've decided that we should crowdsource fixing your audio. So share your screen and we'll figure it out.
just also kind of like
He's like, no.
Carrie
He
mentioned
shakes his
before. Like
Because
Carrie
I
said
want to
What do you
before-
want?
play.
Alright,
I want to play Overwatch, and I can't do it with this audio. I
Right.
just can't. I can't do it.
what Carrie was saying before, though,
Like that?
the body bumping up and down to the music beat was awesome at that because of that effect.
Yeah, it does. That's the video I'm the most proud of out of everything that we've done so far for B-sides. I'm absolutely the most proud of that. But it was
Oh,
also
yeah,
the one
it's
that took
by
the most
far-
planning.
It was like it's definitely the most planning. You can tell the most love goes into it, and it's so interesting. Yeah, PJ, are you sharing your Discord screen or are you sharing your
He
desktop?
is.
Your full
Make sure you
desktop?
mute the audio when you click it. 'cause
Yeah,
it's-
I have-
yeah!
that's it.
I just
Yeah.
manually muted him.
Wait, can you? If you minimize, are you okay?
Goodbye.
Well,
Your whole desktop, because we might need to go into Windows for this.
But yeah, I love the eccentric mouth movements because you're trying to follow it in slow mo.
Yeah.
is this right?
No. What? No. What is this?
Watch stream. What are we doing? This doesn't even load for me.
He was closing it down.
Share. You got to click share your screen and then do.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
We start
Cool.
forward.
This is your secondary screen, though, not your primary screen.
There you go.
All right, go into your settings. Go into.
For
Mom says
Discord.
good night.
Oh,
You
are
see
you
it?
even, Jesse?
Good night. Good night.
Settings
Mom.
on
No,
my settings
my
screen.
mom went to bed.
No, we were
Good
just
night.
waving.
Wait, no. Go to the
Good
Discord.
night.
Go to the Discord
Discord.
settings. Yeah. We'll start from the top down. Go to the Discord settings, but drag it back to your second monitor because we can't see. We can only see the second monitor.
Or close the stream and share your first screen. There you
Yeah.
go. That works too.
Okay. Now
That's
scroll
it.
down. Yep. Go to voice and video. Okay.
The
Video broadcast.
looks good.
Oh, your speakers are you probably shouldn't be running your speakers through NVIDIA Broadcast. Change that to your not the Oculus, your headset, HyperX. Yeah, there you go. Can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, okay, so that's right. Now go to your NVIDIA Broadcast.
Nope, not
On
Discord.
the screen. Okay.
Yeah, like go to the, and then drag it to the screen so we can see it. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so microphone, drew the drop down there. Yeah, do that. Okay, cool. Now talk.
So nothing.
So
Yeah,
nothing
I feel
from
like he
that.
did
That's
that. Like I feel like every time he's tried to do that, he's been muted.
I think his headset's just not connecting
Has he
correctly.
unplugged his
No.
headset from his USB real quick just to have it reset?
that might be worth. Yeah, well, he restarted his whole computer, so
Yeah,
theoretically
which
they're gonna
should
fix
do
that.
Yeah,
that.
but he still didn't unplug the USB.
Drag your. Yeah, that's true. We'll try that. Drag your NVIDIA Broadcast back to the second screen, PJ.
It's wireless.
Okay, do the drop down again. Try default device.
And let's see your Windows default device. Let's see
Yeah,
it.
okay. And now go to Windows. So go to your main thing, and at the bottom right click on the, or yeah, what's the best way to do this?
Sound
Maybe
settings.
searching.
Primary.
Search sound settings.
Yeah, go to the little magnifying glass. Yep, and do sound settings
Type it.
where it says
Type
type to
it.
search. You gotta type. Yeah, there you go.
Sound settings. There
Perfect.
you go.
The top thing. Yep, there you go. And then drag that over to the second screen. Okay, cool. Output device.
We're talking about input.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was just
input's the
making sure
biggest.
that was right. Yeah, that's right. And then, yeah, that's right.
Well, it's not NVIDIA
He's been
broadcast.
telling us the whole time.
His
Yeah.
I mean,
Windows input shouldn't be NVIDIA Broadcast.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because he's talking through his
Because
mic into
the
NVIDIA
video broadcast is just set to default device, so whatever this is set to is what it's going to pull now.
Is that a
No,
better way to do
no.
it though?
That's
it
not
would
it
just
at
be a
all.
loop. It would just be a
No,
loop. That
this
wouldn't
is
work.
telling Windows take input directly from the microphone and not from NVIDIA broadcast.
Yeah, but the way that we have it is that you
NVIDIA
take
Broadcast is telling you
NVIDIA Broadcast takes
to
the default
pull from
device, which is the Windows device, right?
We were just checking to see what his
And then you
default
set
device
NVIDIA
was.
Broadcast as the input device in Discord.
Correct.
Yeah, and the default device he had correct before. You should change it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would try just unplug the USB for this.
Yeah,
thing.
I think
Give it a
that's
second
right.
And plug it
Try-
into another port.
Turn your headset off, unplug the USB, and then plug it back in and start from scratch.
What's the light on the side of his headphones telling him? It's going
Sync.
red and yellow. Okay.
It's weird because he can hear through the headphones though.
Well, it's the same thing. Have you rebooted the headset yet? Because maybe it stayed on this entire time through power offs and whatnot. And
I
maybe
see
it's
test
just
your
the
microphone.
headset.
I can see when he talks, I can see the test your microphone section on that window has some input.
You're right. That's a good point.
So it's not like
Cool.
muted on the head.
Okay.
Yep,
Oh, there we
you're
go.
good.
Yes.
You're good.
Yes.
That's not
Yep.
good.
Yep,
Great.
you're good.
Oh,
Yes,
it sounds
better.
You're
much better.
back.
Look at that.
Jesse, it was
Look at
Jesse's
that.
solution. Just
Just
gotta
switch
Thank
to
you,
the
Jesse.
USB.
Yeah.
Have you tried?
No, that was the
turning it
right
off and on
instinct.
again?
perfect.
Alright.
Okay, you're
Exactly.
back. Dude. You're back.
I
and
only
ready to
ever
go.
used the what is it,
IT
NVIDIA
crowd,
RTX
baby.
voice. I used
Yeah.
the RTX voice thing before NVIDIA broadcast, and the way that worked, you
You're
had to
back.
set your Windows input as NVIDIA RTX voice. And then
Amateurs.
I guess
you
if
change it in the other thing.
if you set your Windows audio as NVIDIA Broadcast, set your NVIDIA Broadcast to your headset, and then set your Discord to
It would be the same
NVIDIA
difference.
to Windows as the input. Yeah, it's effectively the same thing, just in a different order, right?
Yeah.
Your input
But that way you can't-
broadcast instead
but-
of the other thing.
All right.
that
So
way-
should we listen to all 3 songs now
Do you want to?
We could.
without any interruptions? Yes.
I'm down.
Let's do all 3
Alright.
songs.
What
Then,
I'd
PJ,
like to
I want to squeeze a few games in before we have to peace out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta hop
Um,
back into the. You gotta
Yeah,
Put it in the
while you're
pool.
getting it- hold on, give me a second. I gotta get a drink.
So just click join activity. Aaron and Ben still have to join.
I have your
I want to play some fucking Overwatch.
Carrie's and Aaron song right now.
Yeah, we'll have to click
pause
the
it?
top one again. Pause it if it's playing. Pause it, because I'll click this and once they join, I'll click it. Cue it up.
It won't pause for me.
It
I
won't
feel like,
pause
yeah,
at
Can
all.
you end the
All right.
activity? It keeps telling me that I can't join myself, and I don't know what that means.
Leave
All right,
activity.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to do that. I think everybody has to leave the activity. Oh, nice. Very good. I think everybody click leave activity. Everybody out of the pool.
Everybody out.
How do I leave
I'll
the
start a
activity?
new
Where's
activity.
the button?
You gotta click the. It's like the hang up button, but it's not the hang up button. If you're in the activity.
I only have.
Oh, you can hit the at your bottom right where it says start an activity and it's green already. Hit that, and then you can hit leave activity from that screen.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Okay.
This is
now I
Discord,
can probably-
king of adding
Discord,
features,
king
but
of voice
not.
chat.
Yeah.
Now we're starting a YouTube activity, and I have to add all the videos to the playlist again.
You could just go to the one
Kings of
playlist.
Nerds who don't have base
I
foundation. of
probably
being a
could
nerd.
do that, but I don't trust it.
Check out my guitar.
It's probably gonna start
PJ,
playing,
you
and I'm
sound
gonna
a lot
pause it.
better. Thank you.
BJ always sounds a lot better than all of us.
It only gets better from here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he always sounds sick or something?
No, he always sounds better than all of us.
So like every time he sounds a little less sick, he sounds a little better.
That would stand to reason. Yeah, that would be logical. Yeah, I like that.
I think he just sounds good.
Oh.
I mean,
don't start.
All right, I think we have a
That's nice.
playlist.
All right.
What are we doing? The full 3-song playthrough?
The
Is that-
full thing.
The full Monty.
All right, we're all in here, right?
Yep. We got Jesse's evil eye there.
All right, I'm clicking play, expand video first. Hey, can you all hear it playing?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Shivering in winter's bitter embrace, I huddle by the campfire's flickered light, feeling like a gusting world of animated chatter, surrounded by strangers. Company became a cruel reminder of ineptitude. Desperate for reprieve, I clutched a drink, hoping its fiery touch could thaw my frigid nerves. With each sip a semblance of confidence emerged, holding me to mask my discomfort. With foremost banter and hollow smiles, the elixir of temporary longing.
The fixing of a master script.
I know, I love it.
But as the night wore on, the flames of the campfire dimmed by the sun. In the quiet moments, fire whispers.
Ooh, the cricket sound.
I just added that in the soundboard.
Oh.
Perfect.
The soundboard is a dope addition. Yeah.
That's the part I thought was you, Chris. That low voice.
Oh yeah.
To the starlit sky, reminding me.
That's an octavert right there, right?
It might be. It's a lead
the solo.
preset. Yeah, it's a preset.
Sounds a little octavert-y.
Yeah, he had an octave on it. He had it on it. It sounded really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
In the quiet moments when the fire whispered secrets to the starlit sky,
Brand new.
sometimes the loneliest moments are the authentic ones.
Yeah. What's the chord you're playing at the end? I love
Bass chord and two. I don't even know what chords they are. Yeah, you're a better guitarist than I
got a
am.
really
So
cool chord on the bass. It like works really well. The bass really pulls those two chords that Chris and I are playing together at the end. Like
Nice.
it's so.
That ring out you have in the middle just reminds me so much of Pumpkin Spice.
yeah,
One heart has got us seeing rose-tinted glasses, but too many has got us falling on our asses. Raise your glass, but follow his advice. I drink well, don't roll the dice. The empties are adding on.
Lizzie's baby.
I really like your vocal here, Ben.
Oh yeah,
this is a bop.
summer jam.
One hot, one cold. With each sip in a vicious egg fight, we dance and laugh well into the night.
Now you can hear the bass a lot.
When you listen to it, that one part was what I was talking about, where it's like just the bass.
Yeah.
So good. That's so
It's
cool.
it's so fucking awesome. The line is sick.
The empties are adding on. The old plants are good enough. 'Cause there's a map growing old. One hot, one cold. The empties are adding on. The old plants are good enough. 'Cause there's a map growing old. One hot, one cold.
Yeah.
Big finish.
That's a straight bop.
Yeah,
It's a
bass
bop.
sounds great. I just think
It is a bob.
you
I gotta
need to
just-
boost the
Just
bass
boost
end
up
of
a
it.
little bit, Yeah. Yeah.
The bell is great there, Carrie, on the drums.
Yeah. I thought that too.
We were thinking about adding cowbell, we just never got to it. Right for this, yeah. Dum, dum, dum.
Sexy boxer.
Hands look so good.
Oh, At some point, the water bottle uppercuts him. Here it comes.
Oh, and this solo was split between the two of them, by the way.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's half and half.
super impressive.
One cold, then one hot.
Oh, I love that.
And the tone is great. It's cutting through the mix really nicely.
Yeah, they blend really well.
Your voices complement each other really well because they're so distinct from one another.
Thanks.
Yeah, do it more.
Yeah, definitely do it more.
You're muted, Carrie. Maybe.
All right, share your screen.
Yeah, Carrie definitely has a mid-tone that I don't have.
Yeah, this is when Carrie went halftime on the drums, I think. It's great. Great addition.
Yeah, it's so good. This whole chorus is just like, you could easily hear this on TRL in like late 90s, early
With Carson Daly?
with Carson Daly or that show that followed him.
Ooh.
TRL.
Blasting your face in the glass, trying to go.
Yeah. I can picture blasting this in the Jimmy and getting into a really bad car accident. Like really bad.
I saw a really bad accident when I was in California.
Was it a Jimmy? Oh no, yeah, you saw death.
They had to use the Jaws of Life right outside of our
Jaws of
Airbnb
Life.
on one of the main streets.
Ooh. Crazy.
See it.
That person was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The
no.
person was fucking dead.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I mean, as
Actually,
much
it
of a
was
bummer,
really
as much that's a bummer that person died, but
It's not
through
really a
his
bummer,
death,
it's great.
this
I got to see
music
them
could
dead.
live.
That's true.
And, yeah, and I feel like
I live for the.
this is just like the strongest. I mean, all the songs have been good, but like this is the strongest I think across the board.
It's a great
Every
showing.
song
the
is
music
good.
I live for.
This is this is what I live for. Yeah, you need the Jaws of Life to get these tunes out of my head.
We were talking about this earlier, but we're just like, yeah, I love doing this shit too because it just refreshes the old songs. Like I had to go through them all. It's like, yo, some of the old ones
definitely.
are really fucking good too, man.
I did the
Like,
same thing.
Ben and PJ, last question. Do you guys feel like this is your strongest song yet? I do, but do you on your B-sides?
I would say production-wise, it was our most challenging. Actually,
Well,
no, I
because
shouldn't
it was
say.
the
I
first
shouldn't
one
say
we
that.
did.
I did nothing. I did nothing production-wise. So
It was very challenging
so
for semi
I'll
audio
give that
files.
to Ben. So, but it was challenging just because it was the first time we ever did it not together.
Right.
And not with Carrie. Like Carrie's
And,
recorded all the
yeah.
other songs too, so it was like
Right.
completely different.
So I didn't know how it would turn out, and it turned out great. I don't know, like as far
I
as
think
nuts and
I
gum,
think
I thought
so,
it was good.
I really liked Matthew Terrific, the Matthew Terrific
Yes.
song from the That
Matthew
Guy
Terrific is
one that
so
we
good.
did. Because that one was like something I needed to get off my chest. But this was, I think this was
love Matthew Terrific.
I think this went pretty well.
You had a bone to pick with Matthew, and you got it off your chest.
Yeah, I couldn't. I just had to get. Yeah, I had to say something.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I really enjoyed Every Man by you guys.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that was the first one that we did.
And that one was just really good.
Man.
That
Yeah.
was the punkest one.
That sticks in my head
The
still.
punkest.
Tomorrow he's
It was
me.
punkest.
It's so good.
Yeah. Overall, really good. If you guys are into it, maybe I'm into it. Maybe at the start of next month, or the month preceding that, October, we could do another month. I felt like a month was the perfect amount of time, but I wasn't doing any traveling or anything like that. I think everybody here, aside from me, was doing some kind of vacation or traveling or something. So,
how do you feel about bringing in someone else who might be interested in doing it?
all are welcome.
Separate song?
I feel like
Oh,
Jeremy
yeah,
said he
that's
wanted to do it.
absolutely, yeah,
I
the
played
more
all
the
the
merrier.
songs for him, and I talked to him about the process, and he was like, "Man, I'd really like to do that." He would do everything on like GarageBand essentially, but he would play all the guitars and bass and sing, and then just do a drum machine, like kind of like you guys did.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd actually take it seriously. So if he was serious about joining, I think we should extend it to him.
We have the whole group here. How do you guys feel about taking the idea of it being a group away? Because that would be
council of
Jeremy.
6.
Yeah, we have the biggest brains here. The rule is right now that it has to be a group effort.
a duo, yeah.
But like if Jeremy wanted to participate, I assume he'd be doing it solo. Do you guys feel like it would be fine to do that? I feel like it's okay to take that rule out that people can do solo endeavors. Because Lauren would have participated too.
I'm
Like,
definitely good with that. If
Yeah,
you guys
Lauren
are.
did make
there have to
something.
be a
I could
collaborative
also-
aspect of it.
I'd also feel totally comfortable telling Jeremy that he needs to find someone else to collaborate with if he wants to do it.
Do you feel
So
that's
if
too
that rule is,
gatekeepy?
like-
I
no,
think,
I mean, I don't know.
I
think-
know on Twitter Roger was looking for someone to write songs with, so Jeremy and Roger could pair up. But
That could work.
unless we don't want Roger joining, like, which I'm totally fine with Roger.
I wouldn't
not.
want to do a song with Roger, but I think if he's doing,
He
it
would
with
show
Jeremy,
us up?
that's fine.
Yeah, I think
No,
it's
he's
fine.
just annoying to work with.
Roger and
Yeah.
Jeremy
That
are
ain't our
a
problem.
solid team. Yeah.
Anyways-
Roger and Jeremy figure it out.
I mean, we've had people show us up before, you know.
As long
yeah.
as that is, unless anyone
No,
objects to that,
Roger wouldn't show us up. He's just
no,
annoying
he definitely
for
wouldn't
Jeremy
show
to
us
work
up.
with.
I would say everyone on this Discord is probably as good or better of a musician than Roger is. But
Yeah.
I'm a little low on Roger right now. I'm going off on a tangent here. As long as no one has major objections to just letting a single do it, then I
No,
would just make that
that's
available
fine.
to him.
I
Because
think
it's still in the name of
more-
anonymity. You know.
The more people that do it, the more fun it's going to be inevitably. But I think it's a heavy-handed suggestion.
Yeah,
If
but
he's-
I will.
If he has someone he can
Yeah,
do
because
with it,
I do think there should
please
be
do it.
Okay, that's what I'll say. That's what
Yeah.
I'll say.
But we'll let
And
you
I'll
otherwise.
make sure that he understands.
Maybe
that we wanna-
someone who knows drums for him.
Well,
Right.
the problem is
Yeah,
that
or like maybe
you
one
don't
of
just
us
need to know
collaborates
drums.
with him.
Yeah, I guess we could do that, but like the problem with drums is that you need to have like the recording setup, which I think a lot of people have a drum set, but not a lot of people can effectively record drums. So
Drums are the
He said he-
gatekeeping of rock music.
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
exactly.
There's
Yeah,
no
They're the
exact-
gatekeeper.
There's no gate on like us mixing teams and creating new teams to write songs. It's just you're asking for more work at that point. Do you want to do it? So it's just like not putting Carrie on. So I was just like, oh, if you want to do drums for him, then it's kind of like, well, then that's a 2-person team. If he does everything else, the video editing, guitars, blah blah, and he does drums, that's a 2-person team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that what you said. So like we prefer two, but one is okay. I'll make sure that he's gonna follow the rules, and
It's almost
Yeah,
The
like
biggest
a
thing
minimum
for
number of
newcomers
I'm
members.
sure
probably is
he'll be
that
fine.
if he
the video is
does it.
posted to the B-sides channel and not anywhere else really. I mean, you can reuse it if you want.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the point is that we put all the videos on the B-sides YouTube channel.
It's anonymous, and you have a month or the timeline to read it, to write it, to read and write it. And also, if you think about it, because we choose the topic typically like days before the actual start of the whole thing, you really don't get an opportunity to cheat too hard on this, especially if you're doing vocals or lyrics. You're going to have to write about this topic, which you can't have planned many months in advance. And we also, if somebody brought us a really bad topic like child trafficking or something, we would just veto it as a group. So you wouldn't be like, I have the
I
child
think we
trafficking
are
song.
collectively up to
Unless
that
we had some
challenge.
Great lyrics.
We're doing the
I
child
think-
trafficking.
I think we could very tastefully do child.
The Amber
trafficking
Alerts.
as a
Yeah, we're
team.
doing
I
this.
think if anyone could do it, it's the 6 of us.
It
I mean,
has to
we
get
did
approved by
spinal meningitis. So.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy your Overwatch. Get to that. Any other comments, questions, suggestions, anything?
No, I
When
think
will
like
good here.
So when will we find out next month's topic?
We got to decide on that.
I want to make sure
should we
that
decide on it
Who's in
now, or
charge
should we
of
do
deciding?
it later?
It's just like the first of next month.
Oh, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't decide it now because the whole point is
Right.
deciding on it and then immediately. Yeah, no,
exactly.
I'm with you.
And also,
We
Cat
decide on it right beforehand.
cast this idea to Jeremy because I would like to get a 4th group or artist in it.
Yes, I'll talk to him and
Yeah.
I'll say he should try to find someone to collaborate with.
But if he can't, he's
As
welcome
far as
anyways.
okay.
So
All
to
right,
be
cool.
clear, as far as the subject of the song, that's what we choose right before. But we're still thinking about this idea of pass the lyrics to the left.
I think that would be a
yeah.
that would be neat.
I think it
I
would be
think
cool.
passing the lyrics to the left is going to be a great thing.
Aaron and
Because if
Carrie,
we were gonna do that,
A lot of
I-
pressure on getting that on time, though.
Yeah.
that's okay. Aaron and
Maybe
Carrie,
for Jeremy,
you are the
first time as
next.
a newcomer. That might be a bit much.
That might be
Mm.
true. I mean,
We
maybe
could
if
write
he's
lyrics for him.
let's do this.
Jeremy
If
has to
Jeremy's
write the lyrics.
for everyone.
So we have like,
No.
one.
Well,
We have like one.
That's-
mystery
that's-
set of
Jeremy's
lyrics.
just
If
the
we had, like, a
ghostwriter.
mystery full of lyrics.
It's a game we call Ghostwriter.
Well, what if we
Oh.
were all ghostwriters?
Hold
Jesse, what were you saying?
Know whose lyrics they are.
That's actually not a bad idea, Jesse. I think
So
that's
like we
kinda
were
cool,
like
too.
almost drop the lyrics in a
Ooh.
hat, and then he puts lyrics in, and then we all have a chance to have
Wait.
each other write them, and then
Everyone-
have like make sure that the hat, whatever. I'm sure there's some app for it or
No,
something. But
yeah,
like,
I mean,
like
even if
that.
you wanted
I
to
like
go,
here we go. You know, as
He-
long as it's not my number, we're good.
we
Here's
could
the
also
thing-
just create a Google Doc. Then everyone writes their own leaker.
Leakers.
Leaker.
I'll show you my
I don't know what a
leaker.
leaker is. We write some lyrics, and
I feel
everyone
like
just
it's- I
copy
feel
pastes
like
it in this document, and then like someone like Carrie will
And then
just
you
be like,
track
"This is to
changes.
you. This is to you. To you.
Yeah,
To
you
you."
can track changes, dude. We know who it is. That's not anonymous.
Here's I think there's some
If
really
you're
good ideas being
snooping.
thrown around here.
I'll snoop.
If Jeremy participates, I think we should do normal
No
lyrics.
changes.
If he doesn't, then I think we should do one of the things we're describing. And
Okay,
either
yeah.
way,
We
even
can
if Jeremy
pocket-
does it,
we can pocket the past lyrics idea. For
we'll do
another
it the next time.
for sure.
Exactly. Give
Yeah.
him one. If there's
that's
a
fine.
newcomer, we should give him one normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I don't
Yeah,
even
but
know.
we'll still
You know.
decide like a day beforehand or 2 days beforehand.
Yeah, and I'm going out there. I'm going to New York next week, so I'll talk to him about it and make sure that he's interested, and also make sure that he would like. I think he would like follow everything, you know. But it's
Yeah.
important
And
to,
I'll punch it in him too.
and he'll punch
Punch
it
it
into
in
him. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
All right,
boys.
that was awesome.
All
That
right,
was
boys.
sick. Good job.
See you later. Good job, everybody.
PJ,
Yeah.
hop over to the
Yeah.
other
Good
one.
luck, boys.
I'm gonna
Good
go
job,
enjoy
everyone.
the fire.
GG's.
GG's.
y'all.